Everybody these days is talking about all the rage of the mirrorless cameras. They can do this, they can do 40 frames a second, they can find a bird 3 miles down the road and you can spot his left eye without even doing anything. The camera will do it for you. They're just amazing. And yes, they are amazing. But on the back corner of a shelf in a used store or in somebody's house, you're going to find another camera that can really carry its weight. I'm going to tell you what that camera is in just a second. It takes beautiful photographs. It can even record 1080 video, not 4K, but 1080. And it can teach you how to become a better photographer. And the camera is the Canon 70D. This camera is highly overlooked. You can probably get one of these for way less than $300. And this camera will do basically, I shot so much with all the 10Ds to the 80Ds. I didn't have the 90D, but I shot so much work with these things. They're absolutely amazing cameras. And this was one of the later versions. This thing is a beast. It's a 20 megapixel sensor, shoots 7 frames a second. It's got what I love, and most photographers don't love this like I do, or didn't used to. But if you can see right here, this LED lights up. I love being able to just look down and see what I've got going on with my camera without having to go through the screen. It feels great in the hand. You put a battery grip on the bottom and you are good to go. But even without the battery grip, it fits just fine. I've got pretty big hands. It's an older camera. It came out in the year 2013, so it's 13 years old. Still works like a dream. All those cameras from the D series just work. They work and work and work. So today I'm going to explain why it's a great camera and who is it for. And is it still good in 2026? Let me be clear, I'm not going to claim that this Canon 70D is better than your Canon R6 Mark III, because it's not. But it's also not the price. But you can learn on it. You can get beautiful pictures from it. It works, and it works. I don't know how they built these cameras, but Indestructible was in the description somewhere. They're just amazing cameras. It is an aps-c camera, so you will get the crop, but some people like the crop. So if you put a 50 millimeter on there, you've got about, on Canon it's 1.6, so you're shooting with an 80 if you put a 50 on there. So if you're trying to go further, you're in good luck with the aps-c camera. If you're going wide, it's a little more difficult. But they still do the job. I shot many weddings with them and didn't have any issues. Does the image quality hold up to today's standards? And absolutely, compare this Canon 70D to any aps-c camera. I'll put them side by side. Let's go. Let's do it. Because this thing, now we're going to have equal lenses, of course, but this thing will take beautiful pictures. I mean, just like, it's like it came off the factory last year. It's amazing. And I can guarantee you one thing, nobody's ever going to look at the pictures you take with it and go, this came off a 13-year-old camera, didn't it? No, they're not going to say that at all. They're going to say, wow, that looks really good if you shoot it right. It's just a tank of a camera. I love these cameras. I've still got a bunch of the D cameras, even though they're getting really old. I've still got a 10D, and that one was from about 2003. That one only has 6 megapixels, but it's still a fine camera. This 70D to that 10D is a huge jump. I mean, we're talking 6 megapixels, 20-something years old, to 20 megapixels and 13 years old. So that's a big gap, big gap. There's no electronic screen to look through. You have to use your viewfinder, and you have your points to focus. I think it's 17, 27 like that in there to focus. So you have to roll the focus. It don't grab the focus as you walk by. That's a mirrorless camera thing. You you have to actually participate with this camera to get good pictures. But it will get good pictures if you know how to use it. And it's not that complicated. Actually, I think you should learn on one of these before getting a mirrorless camera, because this will teach you more, so you'll know what you're trying to do with a mirrorless camera. Instead of the camera already doing it for you, you'll understand what the camera's doing. Does that make sense? I hope it does. It has 19 cross-point autofocus points. So that's pretty good many for these older cameras. You can find your spot really good in there. You don't have to just stick in the middle or right in the very center. They're spread out pretty good. So you're pretty good to go with that. And it's just such an easy camera to use. It just like fits in the palm of your hand. It just feels like it belongs there. At least it does to me, because it's just a heck of a camera. I've still got it. I mean, I've had it a long time. I've had all my 10D cameras a long time. I'm not sure when I got that one. I get them all confused. I had the 10D all the way through the 80D, and loved every one of them. Even the 10-day when it came out with it, 6.3 megapixels. This was Canon's first camera to use the Canon dual pixel CMOS autofocus. It's another standout point for this camera. It's just a good camera. Can't go wrong with it. And it'll do 1080p. It won't do 4K. And it'll do 1080p pretty good. It's not going to be, it is 13 years old, but it will do 1080p. You give it some good light and you're going to get some good videos. That's the way it is with this camera. It's not going to do 4K, but it will get you a good video in a crunch. I wouldn't use this as my daily video camera, but if you're in a crunch, you got it right there if you need it. The one major thing about this camera, it being an aps-c, all your EF and your EF glass is going to fit it. So you can get your crop sensor glass, you can get your full frame glass on here. Any lens from Canon EFS or EF will fit it. And that is a lot of lenses. Take a look at all the EF and EF lenses that are available, and you will see a huge market. And you don't even have to buy Canon. You can find Sigma, Tamron, anything that has the EF mount or the EFS mount, because this is a crop sensor. You can put that lens on here and go to town. And you can save a lot of money doing it that way. You can buy a 50 f1.8 and end up with an 80 millimeter portrait lens for $130. I mean, nothing. Just absolutely, they're almost giving those lenses away. It's just a great camera. It holds together. It does everything you need to do. 7 frames a second is plenty for a bride and groom running to a car. 7 frames a second is plenty to get your kids playing baseball or basketball or whatever they're doing. You're not going to shoot NASCAR with it. Probably you'll need something faster, but for most everything, 7 frames a second is going to be absolutely just plenty for this camera. It does have just one memory card, but most cameras back then had just the one memory card, so that's not unusual. That was pretty common back then. So I say this 70D makes incredible sense for a beginner. If you're just beginning, you don't have a lot of money, and you want to learn, Canon 70D, you cannot beat it. The 60D is good, the 70D is good, and they're both priced low. They both use the same lenses. Basically the same thing, just a little bit of advancement from the 60D to the 70D. It's just great quality camera, and you can throw a battery in here and shoot forever. And if you put a battery grip on here, because they don't have all the electronic stuff that the new cameras have, you can shoot for hours with 2 batteries in this thing, because all it's doing is taking pictures, unless you're running video on it. But I'm talking about taking pictures. You can go forever and ever and ever on 2 batteries. Made like a tank. It's really made for a student who needs to be able to shoot in RAW, because you want to be able to shoot in RAW. You want to be able to have full control over everything, your aperture priority, your shutter priority, your manual, your bulb, your custom modes, everything you want is right here. Everything you need is right there. It's also good for parents who want something better than just an iPhone to shoot their kids' sporting events, because iPhones, you can get a good picture, but it's kind of deceiving because the screen is small. And by the time you start blowing those pictures up, you're going to see what that little bitty sensor in that phone is going to do for you, and it's not going to be much. It'll be okay, but it's not going to be what this is. Now, does it have limitations? Of course it has limitations. It's 13 years old. There's no 4K, there's no in-body stabilization, and no modern eye detection. But that's okay. Use these. You can do it with that. I used these for my eye detection for a long time. Worked great. Worked really good. Sometimes works better than my cameras that have eye detection. Now, if you're working in low light and you're in low light all the time, this might not be the camera for you. It'll do low light okay. All right, now it's not going to compete with your R6 Mark III. It's not going to compete with your S5 Mark II, but it will do a good job. I mean, I would say keep it at 1,000 or below and you'll be completely fine. Maybe a little higher, but you'll have to experiment with it and see, because I don't remember exactly, but it's not terrible. I mean, you can go over 400. You don't have that problem, so you don't have to worry about that. So, but if you're trying to shoot constantly at 6,400 somewhere in there, the 70D is not for you. That's just not for you. It's not that type of camera, okay? It's not a true low light camera. The Canon 70D is not great in 2026 because it's new. It's great because it still provides what every photographer needs to get a good picture. Any good photographer can take this, shoot a wedding, shoot a beautiful wedding, shoot a beautiful event, family portraits, whatever you need, this will do it. If I had to go shoot a wedding tomorrow, which I don't shoot weddings anymore, thank goodness, I would take this with no qualms, and I could take this to the wedding and you'd have beautiful wedding pictures. It's just a great all-around camera. You don't have to have the latest, greatest of everything. It's nice, it's handy, but you just don't have to have it. You can get into this for so much less money and learn your way up to the top. Or, as I like to say, earn your way to the top. Get this, make the money, then buy your newer and fancier cameras. But you're learning along the way. So you're not just earning your way, you're learning things that you're not going to learn from the newer cameras, because you're going to have to do it on here, where your newer camera is probably going to do it for you. So lesson learned. So like I said, guys, it may be 13 years old, but in the hands of the right person, it's going to produce some great photographs. We don't have a ton of photographs left from where we shot this, so I'm going to shoot a few pictures of my wife in the studio just to show you guys what it'll do. Nothing fancy, just so you can see what it'll do. It's sharp, you know. It just takes great pictures. Canon makes great quality cameras, and they make them to last. Even though I'm a Lumix guy now, yes, I am. I admit it, but Canon is still a fantastic brand. So have you guys ever used the Canon 70D? Did you like it? Do you still use the Canon 70D? I know people that still use 50Ds and 60Ds and 70Ds. So let me know down at the bottom if you still use yours. They're great cameras. They hold up. I love the screen. You got the flippy screen too, so you don't have to worry about that. Got that in a 13-year-old camera. How about that? Flippy screen right for you. Just perfect. Great little camera. So anyway, guys, that's it. I appreciate your time. Let's take a look at these pictures I'm going to shoot of my wife for you. Thank you so much. Your time is the most valuable thing you have. Thank you for spending it with me. If you have any questions about any cameras or any questions about the Canon 70D, let me know. I'll help you out. You guys have a great day. I appreciate it. Take care of yourself.